Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Republican Florida Representative Byron Donalds, he tore the roof off of ABC's liberal reporter George Stephanopoulos, and it was beautiful. Guys, if you're watching us right now, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube right now, I meant to say YouTube, look in the lower right-hand corner. You'll see youtube.com/@explainamerica. Just put that into your address bar. Go to that page, hit subscribe, and that really helps us to keep bringing conservative news to the people. Byron Donalds appeared on This Week on ABC, and he spoke to former Clinton official turned reporter George Stephanopoulos. Now, Stephanopoulos, again, used to work for the administration of former President Bill Clinton. And Stephanopoulos is a pretty good reporter, but he's absolutely a liberal shill. He's absolutely promoting the Democrat agenda every single time he's on the air. And so this was very interesting. And I want you to watch, because not only does Byron Donalds dismantle him beautifully with a race-baiting question that white George Stephanopoulos was asking to black Byron Donalds, which is hilarious and insane in and of itself. But what I want you to watch about Donalds, what I want every Republican to watch about Donalds, why I said, and in the beginning I said I would love Byron Donalds as a vice presidential pick, but he's too young. And I didn't know Trump would go with J.D. Vance, who was even younger. If I knew that, like he would be looking at somebody in that age range, Byron Donalds all the way, because what he does, and you'll see in this video, he surgically dismantles liberals. With a smile on his face, doesn't get flustered, doesn't yell and scream. In fact, the more calm Donalds was, the more frustrated and like red-faced screaming Stephanopoulos got. Every Republican, Byron Donalds should give a class to Republicans on how to talk to liberals. Surgical, beautiful. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think in the comments.
And you just repeated the slur again. If it doesn't matter, why do you all keep questioning her identity? She's always identified as a black woman. She is biracial. She has a Jamaican father and an Indian mother. She's always identified as both. Why are you questioning that?
Well, George, first of all, this is something that's actually a conversation throughout social media right now. There are a lot of people who are trying to figure this out. But again, that's a side issue, not the main issue. The main issue.
Sir, 1 second. You just did it. You just did it again.
Of the United States.
Why do you insist on questioning her racial identity?
You want me to talk?
I want you to answer my question.
George, now that you're done yelling at me, let me answer. He talked about it on the stage yesterday in Atlanta for 2 minutes? He spent more than 35, 40 minutes going after her record, talking about how radical of a senator that she was. She was the most liberal senator in the United States, in the United States Senate. That is a fact. He talked about the job that she did as vice president of the United States, a job, I will add, which has been a failure for the American people. I know you guys like to glom on to this that he talks about in jest or in a serious manner for about a minute or so, but what you do not cover is the litany of failures of Kamala Harris. That's what you're not covering, George.
So questioning somebody's racial identity for a couple minutes is okay?
George, I'm going to tell you again, he brought it up. AP is the one that wrote the headline when she first came in to the United States Senate. Didn't talk about her being black, talked about her being the first Indian American senator. AP brought that up. I mean, George, we could have this conversation for the entire segment, but none of this matters to the American people. What matters to the American people is, are we going to have the same policies of the Biden-Harris administration that has been destructive of the American people, or are we going to have the policies of the Trump administration, which put America first, had low inflation, prosperous Americans, no matter your race, no matter your color, no matter your creed, and a foreign policy that kept America safe? Those are the facts that truly matter, because this issue is going to come and go. The lives of the American people is what's going to remain, and that's what matters more than anything else.
If it doesn't matter, I don't understand why you keep on repeating it, why the president keeps on repeating it, why those introducing the president yesterday
George,
keep on
actually,
repeating
I'm
it.
not the one who keeps repeating it. George, you're the one that's bringing it up now. That's you.
You've done it,
I understand why
sir.
you
You've done it.
up.
You've done it 3 times. Every single answer you gave me. Now let me finish, sir.
George,
every single answer you gave, you repeated the slur.
You asked me, George. That's why I'm pushing back on you now. George, you
Right,
asked me the question 3 times. I responded, but I'm
And
also
every
about
single
what
time you
truly
repeat
matters
the
in this
slur,
election.
that is exactly my point. You simply can't say that it's wrong.
George, so then what you're saying, and I want to get off this topic because it's not the only thing that's going on. But George, now you're saying that AP is the one that slurred Kamala Harris, because those are the facts. You can go to the internet and look at the clips, George, if you want to, or we can talk about this now. I prefer to talk about the future of our country because the American people are struggling. The American people do need serious policy decisions to be made, and they need serious leadership on the world stage. Kamala Harris has not proven that she can do that. Donald J. Trump has proven that he can do that.
AP did not say that Kamala Harris is not black. She is biracial. She is Indian. She is black. You continue to repeat the fact that you continue to repeat the slur. I don't understand why you and the president do it, but it's clear you're not going to say that it's wrong. And you've now established that for our audience.